Rocking that moonstone necklace. Moonstone is like the cutest freaking stone ever. It's one of my favorite stones. But what no one talks about, embodying a goddess, like really being about the life. Don't mind my nails. One of them broke. I have to repaint it. I just got in. It's like most men are intimidated by it. Like most men don't know what to do with a goddess. Most men disqualify themselves before even making a move, and that can feel like there's something wrong with you. There's something you're doing. Coming from someone that is constantly doing work on herself and like reflecting and transforming and learning about myself, it's like an armor of protection. Self-love is like an armor of protection. And when you're glamoring yourself, when you're dressing like a goddess, when you exude the confidence of a goddess, that's a protectant for men that don't know what they fucking want, that know that they're gonna waste your time, that know they can't give you what you deserve, that know that they don't deserve you. And I feel like a lot of us have these moments, no matter how much we love ourselves and we know that like we're worth it. There's just some moments where you're just like, what the you gotta do? Like, I don't fucking bite. I'm not gonna rip your freaking head off. And a lot of guys are scared, they really think I will. And I think deep down, I would. I think deep down my eyes do read. I will rip your head off. And it's like disappointing because there are certain guys where I'm like, I really don't care if you're not the bee's knees. I don't care if you are making six figures or not. Like, dang it, the heat just came on. Don't mind that. It's like when you really like someone, you're willing to compromise. And it's like when you're a fucking goddess, I feel like men just assume like they're gonna have to get down on their knees and kiss your feet. And it's like, yeah, but like, I'm not gonna make you do that on the first date. Like, I've taken on some clients. I actually stopped taking clients, life coaching clients. I paused because it was mostly women asking me what they can fix about themselves because they're not attracting a dream partner. I'm talking educated, beautiful, like 10 out of 10 women asking me what's wrong with them, what can they do to get a man. And it's like, honestly, the more work you do on yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you're going to repel men, because a lot of these men want something that's easy. They want low maintenance. They want low hanging fruit. Even if you're low maintenance, if you look like you love yourself, it's like people put on this stereotype that you're gonna like be some type of gold digger. Like, yes, money is a factor I always keep in mind when dating, but that's not on the forefront. Like, I'm not gonna eat your soul and take your fucking wallet. And a lot of people, not just men and women, assume the worst from you. If you take care of yourself, if you do the extracurriculars, like if you're dolling yourself up and like dressing up, people assume the absolute worst. They assume you're like a whore. They assume you're like a homewrecker. Women assume that you think you're better than them. Women assume that you're stuck up. Men assume you have no substance. They assume that you're desperate looking for a man. They assume that like you're a sex worker. I've had men literally be like, are you on OnlyFans? Because I have big breasts. Like most people are just fucking slow. Most people cannot conceptualize duality. Their brain can't freaking compute like a beautiful woman putting time into herself externally and internally. You gotta learn to just not take people's slowness personally. A lot of people, it's easier for them to just stereotype you. And that applies to so many things. And then dismiss you, stereotype you and dismiss you. And then it pisses me off because There's some dudes, you know, the dudes that call women female, they'll call men men, but then when they're talking about women, they'll call them females. That think all females are like this, all females are like that. Like, no, all the females that you interact with are a hot fucking mess because you're a hot fucking mess. If you're in the same room with a goddess, they probably leave it because your mentality on how you see females is a huge turnoff to high quality women. And something that I've realized about myself is like, I don't want to believe that all men are shitty. I don't want to believe that all men cheat because that mentality is toxic. It's like it's like the polar opposite of men that think all women cheat, that all women are hoes, all women are like Jezebels and mischievous. And it's like, no, because if I exist, if I'm literally beautifying myself to raise my vibration, be the best version of myself, I'm a fucking homebody. Like on my free time, I'm learning, I'm educating myself, I'm collecting streams of income. And it's like, from the outside looking in, those type of dudes that have that toxic mentality of like, all females are y'all females need to it's like, you sound fucking stupid because that doesn't apply to a fucking goddess. There's no all females, all males. Like, there's demonic ass men and women, but that doesn't mean we're all fucking demonic. Like, be fucking for real. If you have a pure spirit, like, I've never cheated on a guy before, but like a guy looking at me from the outside in, they're like, oh yeah, she's trouble, she's putting on red lipstick, yeah, she's a Jezebel, can't trust her. Like, where are you getting this information from? What the I had to tell myself that, like, believing all men are shitty, that's all I'm going to attract, and yes, majority of them are, but I believe there's some good men and there's some good women out there. If you're a good person, you have a good counterpart out there. But I think it's so important to not put any of our worth on if we can attract one or not, because the better you are, the harder it is to get a partner. The stronger your standards and boundaries are, the harder it is to get a partner. It's easy when you have low boundaries and you're chasing and you're desperate and you haven't done any inner work. You can get a man. I can have 5 boyfriends tomorrow. But the thing is, when you're a goddess, you don't need any. I just wanted to do a little rant about a con that comes with embodying your inner goddess, that comes with leveling up, becoming your best self, and really knowing your worth and not settling for things that you don't want. I feel like society and a lot of men push women to just settle. And if you don't settle for a mediocre ass man, then, oh, well, it's your fault. You're going to be a miserable cat lady and alone. But in reality, a lot of women feel the most loneliest in marriages with men that don't provide them what they need in a relationship, that are settling. Like, if you're not a mediocre woman, don't settle for mediocrity. It doesn't make any sense. Romance yourself. Find a community of other women that are like you and romance each other, because no love is greater than the love of a woman. I recently joined a moon community, and oh my gosh, I feel like I found my soul tribe. Like, I feel so safe to be myself. Like, I've recently this year I've joined a lot of communities. I've joined a few women's circles, and I recently found one that feels like my people. Like, I feel like this tribe of people, like I relate the most to these people. And it felt so good. The first call, it was just so fun. If you can't find a women's circle or friends in person, join a women's circle online. There's so many communities online. Go find your favorite creator and see if she has a community. I have a community. Join my goddess circle. I have 2 to 4 calls every month where we're leveling up together. I also do free readings during the goddess calls. So if you want to get a free tarot reading from me, that's linked down below. But join an online community, join an online women's circle. Whenever I join a new circle, I'm always like kind of nervous, like the first call, because you never know what the vibe is going to be. And we started it off chatting about the full moon, and then we did a meditation, and I literally cried. It was like a grounding meditation, like put your feet on the earth and like just just breathing and like rooting your roots into the earth. I literally started crying. I started releasing. I didn't even realize I had things to be released, and my mouth started vibrating. I felt like such a weight lifted off me. And then after, she encouraged everyone to dance, and we all danced together to like do that form of somatic release. And I just felt so free to just be loose and hippie and I'm so used to people looking at me weird when I want to do hippie things. And it was just nice seeing a community of women being like, yes, let's do the hippie things together. Like, then she did like some intuitive readings, and she did an intuitive reading for me. And it was just so reassuring and comforting. And just the energy of that group, like literally raised after that Zoom call. It raised my vibration. I was literally blushing. It was like I pulled a Debbie Ryan. I was like, find your tribe. I'm not joking. Like, seriously. If you're feeling like, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like not supported in who you are, if you're feeling misunderstood, please, for the love of, I want you to look for your tribe like your life depends on it, because it does. When you have people in your life who love you for who you are, who support you for who you are, who encourage you to be more of who you are, that'll work wonders for you. Like, I'm telling you, that call, literally one call with a group of women, that I felt like the power of community is crazy. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. Most of them are like $20 a month. Go explore. Go find your tribe. Online meetings can be just as impactful, influential, and can make just as a difference as in-person communities. I do want to find an in-person community, but I live like in the middle of nowhere. So, and that's why I'm a homebody. I gotta get out of here.
I think the next plot twist is that things are about to get really good. I think this world is going to open up for you in unimaginable ways. I think you're walking into your best chapter yet.
Oh my gosh, I'm finishing the book Witch Unleash, Untame, Unapologetic. This is a really good book. And when I first got it, I was kind of scared to read it because I was raised very religious and I was conditioned to believe very extreme things about witchcraft. But yeah, I'm finishing up this book, and ironically, one of the last pages is talking about what I mentioned, the power of community. Some call this a red tent, some call it a coven, and some call it a moon temple. I call it woman gathering, and we need to do more of it because when women gather, magic happens and revolutions start. They've separated us, disconnected us from ourselves and each other because they know that it's when we gather together and share that we are truly powerful. Call back your power, call back our power. Do the same, do it differently, but do gather.